So I'd like to say congratulations to each one of you. And I'd like to do, as we do, Girls Rock. Girls Rock. Congratulations to the guys. One of the more fun things that I get to do at the FAA is work in the Space and Aviation Education Program. And as a lot of us in this room, I too am very concerned with education in this country. I think that we have capabilities far beyond what we can ever imagine. So I would encourage each and every one of you to keep your imagination, keep your interests, keep asking questions. Don't be afraid to fail. Get up and try it again. Work together in groups. Listen to your teachers. All of those things that you're going to continue to hear the rest of your life, because we truly are depending on each and every one of you to pick up where we left off. Some of us came into the room and we said, boy, they look so young. Were we ever that young? And we were talking about the color of our hair, and we said, you know what? We are blessed to still have hair. So that's a good thing. The other thing I wanted to share with you guys is, unlike John and some of the other people in the room, one of the things that I was really fascinated in when I was coming along was mathematics. That was something that I could do, and I just found it to be very fascinating. And I said, what can I do with that when I go to college? I can be a teacher. And I thought, well, I don't know whether I'm cut out to be a teacher. So I stayed with mathematics and ended up going into statistics, which is something that I really enjoyed. And from that, I went on into industrial organizational psychology and statistics. So a lot of the things that we talk about in terms of how we measure it, what kind of sample size, how many mistakes can we make, I figured out where my niche was. So when I got to the FAA, I said, I can work in modeling, and I can work looking at how we can redesign airports, looking at the runways. And believe it or not, it takes hours and hours of modeling and simulation to figure out where to put a runway, where to put a holding pad. So before you actually land on a runway or take off on a runway, many, many hours of modeling and analysis have gone into that, working with the engineers, working with the pilots, working with the controllers. So that's what we are looking at for you guys, is to come in behind us and help us develop the next generation of technologies. I was sitting in this room and I was thinking, back in the dark ages when I went to school, we had mainframe computers that basically took up this whole room. If you can imagine. If you get a chance, go over to the Smithsonian. There's one over there. It takes up the whole room, and there's this little device called a key punch machine. And that's how we had to do our programming when we were in college. And we got these really big stacks of cards that we had to key in. So you guys are sitting here working on your palms. You know, we were working on the key punch machines. But it just tells you how far we have come. And I know there's something called biometrics where you guys will be scanning with your eyes and looking at things in your fingers. So the world is just open to each and every one of you. And I would just encourage you, always reach for the stars, because they're up there, and we know that through your hard work and tenacity, we can really transform the national aviation system. Thank you.